Filming the big thrill. Blackhawk film.
Nature goes on the rampage, the cameraman goes right along to film thrill and catastrophe for the newsreel. We shot the great floods in the Middle West, when the deluge engulfed cities and towns, and where every street was a scene of rescue from drowning and death. Floods in the Ohio Valley, a havoc of water and destruction. Florida hurricanes that nearly blew us and our camera into Kingdom Come. Tropical tempests from the Caribbean, blowing 100 miles an hour right into our lenses. We filmed the power of ice against Honeymoon Bridge. Steel and concrete yielded to irresistible pressure. The Niagara Falls ice doomed the International Bridge. Hours of cranking in sub-zero cold finally gave us the collapse. Broken, twisted skeleton of steel, calamitous token of nature's destructive power. When human nature goes on a rampage, we get between rioters and the police. Paris street disorders are an old story, but always a hazardous one, when the gendarmes forget that Parisian politeness. Mauled and beaten, but the rioters are not easily subdued. They found their enemies, they're socialists, communists, and this is a modern voter age version of scenes that mark the French Revolution. No, sir, when gay Paris is not so gay, neither is a newsreel cameraman. We filmed rioting American style, auto strikes at Flint, Michigan, and tear gas bombs. The battle to dislodge sit-down strikers with gas bombs tossed into windows. We missed the window, they still tosses them in. Textile strikes at Salesville, Rhode Island were no picnic either. Strikers battled with a barrage of stones and bricks, and state troopers replied with tear gas. We shot the lettuce strike at Salinas, California. Vegetable trucks guarded against strikers. Obstacles across the highway. And don't fall off or you'll make it run over. Yes, we also cried from tear gas. Now the prevailing weapon in labor trouble. Our cameras recorded an historic political assassination. King Alexander of Yugoslavia arrived in Marseille on a mission of state to France. With Foreign Minister Bartu, Alexander was seen to sigh, as if in premonition. The adventures of the cameraman became history, as shots were fired by a terrorist who was cut down with fearful saber strokes. Saber slashes and the assassin is killed by a mounted officer. The murderous pistol is picked up as the assassin is dragged from the scene. He was a member of a Croatian secret society which plotted to kill Alexander, king of Yugoslavia, and did. Alexander was a strong man of the Balkans, ally of France. His assassination here caused dangerous international complications and portrays the dark political passions of human nature. Haile Selassie at his northern Ethiopian headquarters, Dessier. Our Movietone Newsreel camera truck was also there. Then came Italian warplanes bombing. The bombing of Dessier meant thrills and pearls for the cameraman, too. There we are in the picture there. It was the first of a series of air raids on the cities that is now a familiar tragedy in Spain and China. Haile Selassie took it with stoic calm. In Spain, the civil war rages with horror and havoc. Danger and death, and there is our assistant cameraman, wounded. But the filming of the battle goes on. So does the cannon fire. Our pictures of the Alcazar of Toledo proved it an episode of unyielding heroism. Rebel garrison full of women and children, bombarded and attacked for months. Government troops shooting incessantly, blasting and battering the ancient fortress. It became a blazing ruin defended by rebels who took refuge in underground caverns, a refuge from hand grenades, endless bombing, unceasing explosions. They bombed and blasted until rescue came after months of this. When human nature goes on a rampage, the climax of horror and havoc is war. Especially civil war, the struggle of classes, ruthless, merciless. Spanish social problems have come to this. A battle of ancient grudges, pouring its hatred into our cameras. The church on one side, the Reds on the other. So men fall and die when a political struggle becomes civil war. In the China War, the sky bombs flashed down on teeming cities, helpless civilians, innocent homes. We filmed the world's greatest undeclared war from both sides, flying with the invaders on bombing raids. An attack by land, sea, and sky that reduced Shanghai to shambles. War to be filmed, Newsreel cameraman gets his most perilous assignment. We were on the USS Panay when it took Americans from the bombing of Nanking, and we were bombed in return. The American sailors replied with bullets. They fought back as the gunboat and 2 American tankers were bombarded. Bullets against high explosive. Japanese battle planes that showered us with bursting destruction. We took to the boats, the wounded first, as the bomb-blasted Panay began sinking. But they fired to the end, though many were wounded, and some tried swimming away as the bombs fell. We took refuge on an island in the Yangtze. Our death list, 1 American sailor and 1 Italian journalist. The Panay commander was wounded, but we kept grinding film as the Panay sank, recording history again. Our greatest air tragedy, the Hindenburg. We shot the big airliner over New York as it returned to America full of visitors and happy homecoming passengers. It was the last voyage. Following it to Lakehurst, New Jersey was a routine assignment. The big ship came in late. Darkness and storm clouds made us despair of getting a picture. But something made us grind on. Instinct, probably, or duty, when suddenly... a raging, roaring inferno, blazing hydrogen that melted the steel framework and consumed startled passengers before they realized what had happened. Look at them, dropping like burnt flies, only to be grilled by the huge white-hot structure falling upon them. Sparks burn our clothes. Heat blistered our faces as we ground away automatically, stunned by the tragedy of the most gruesome adventure we have ever encountered.